Okay, welcome to 10.2 day 1. Here is your problem of the day today. It looks similar to last week. We have multiple terms that we have to deal with. Okay, draw. So I'm going to make a line down the middle, and I'm going to organize all these terms. So I like to circle the constants, box the variables. I have two boxes on one side of my equation, so I'm going to combine those first. So I can combine these because they both have the same variable. So I have -8 plus x. Remember, this could have a 1 in front of it, so it's really just 1x. So I have -8 plus 1, which will get me, they're different signs, so I have to subtract. So I'm going to do -8 minus 1 gets me 7. Keep the sign of the larger number. It is going to be 8. So I'm going to bring down this -9, didn't touch it. Bring down the 5, didn't touch it. And so now it's going to be -7x. All right, now our goal is to get x all by itself. So this +5, I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides to get a 0 pair. -9 minus 5, you can do keep, flip, change. If you have -$9, you have to take away another $5, and you're really just going to add the debt together. So it's 9 plus 5 gets you 14. They're going to stay -14 equals -7. X divide by -7 because that 7 is attached to that x by multiplication, and that's going to get rid of it, make a 0 pair. Whatever you do to one side, you do the other. Divide by -7. -14 divided by -7. A negative divided by a negative gets you a positive. You're left with x over here. And it's going to be a positive number, and 14 divided by 7 gets you 2. Final answer, x equals 2. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, please solve this problem on your Nearpod. All right, hope you had time to answer this on your Nearpod. Let's go and solve this. So you should have put a line down the middle. If you needed to, you should have organized your terms. So circle the numbers that don't have letters. Remember to get their signs in there. And then this one has a letter, and this one has a letter. So I see that I can combine the two squares first. So I have p plus 2p gets me 3p. So I have 3p plus 6, because I didn't touch that 6, so that 6 comes down, and I have -12 over here. And now I got to get p all by itself. So I'm going to subtract 6, that gets a 0 pair, subtract 6. Same thing on the other side. I'm not going to put that equal sign there yet. Okay. Same thing like we did on the other side, -12 minus another 6 is you're going to actually add those numbers together. So -12 plus 6 is going to get you 18. And then you have to divide, or not divide, negative, it's going to stay negative because you're adding more debt. Okay, then we'll bring down this 3p, and then we got to get x all by it, or p all by itself. So I'm going to divide by 3, divide by 3. You're left with p over here. Those cancel out. And 18 divided by 3 gets you 6. And 3 and our negative divided by a positive gets you a negative. So it should be -6. Final answer. Okay, we are moving on to today's work. We are doing basically another round of what we did last week. So if you were a little shaky on last week, hopefully we'll get fully confident this week. So we're going to dilate an image from a pre-image on a graph and write a rule. So remember, transformation is a change. Pre-image is the starting shape. Image is the end shape. Dilation means to resize. Scale factor is a number you multiply with to resize the pre-image. And enlargement gets bigger and a reduction gets smaller. So we're going to do the same thing as last week. We're going to list the points from the pre-image. We're going to multiply all the numbers by the scale factor and then graph the new image. Okay, so here is our problem. So we're going to go get all these points. I don't think we have that many points for you. Nope. So there's just a lot of points on this one just for me, just to show you what's going on. So we need all these points. We need this one, 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 this one. Let's see if I can get through all of them in 10 more minutes. So let's see, their first one is 2, 2. So they did this one first. Let's label this A. Let's label all these A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Okay. Again, you will not have this many. So if you're going to freak out about how many there are, you will not have this many. The most you'll have is like 4, maybe. 5 tops. This is a lot. So 2, 2. You might notice there's no scale factor. Their scale factor is written here. So remember you wrote this on the last few days of class last week. This was the rule that you did. So we have to multiply our x's by 3 and we have to multiply our y's by 3. So we're doing a scale factor of 3 and we have to graph. So since it's a whole number, our graph is going to get bigger. So I'm going to kind of go through these quickly to get the ordered pairs. So I start at 0, 0. And I gotta get the ordered pair of B. So I'm gonna go 2, -1. So I'm gonna write 2, -1. Okay, so this was A, this is B. Let's get C. So C, I have to go +1, -1. So C is +1, -1. D is +1, -2. +1, -2. E is -2, -2. -2, -2. All right. F is -2, +1. F -2, +1. G is -1, +1. -1, +1. G and H. All right, H is -1, +2. Again, you do not have to do this many. -1, +2. All right, so now I have to go through all of these numbers. Luckily, they're all 1s and 2s, and I'm going to be multiplying them by 3. So I'm multiplying all of these by 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, all of them. Times 3 times 3. Okay. So here are going to be my new ordered pairs. 2 times 3 is 6. -1 times 3 is -3. There we go. That point is done. 1 times 3 is 3. -1 times 3 is -3. 1 times 3 is 3. -2 times 3 is -6. -2 times 3 is -6. And another one is -6. -2 times 3 is going to be -6. And +1 times 3 is 3. -1 times 3 is -3. 1 times 3 is 3. And -1 times 3 is -3. And 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, now I gotta graph all these. Let's pick a different color. Let's go purple. Okay, so I gotta graph all of them. So we gotta graph their first one that they did is 6, 6. So I'm gonna go 6 on the X first. So there's 7. So this is 6 and down, or excuse me, this is up 6. 6 and up 6. Ooh. It's gonna be right there. So this is A prime. Okay, so now let's do B prime. 6, -3. So I'm gonna go down over to 6 and down 3. 1, 2, 3. That is B prime. 3, -3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's C prime. D prime is 3, -6. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See how it was looking? I got that same corner here. I got the same corner here. This is D prime. Okay, E prime is -6, -6. So we go -6, -6. And this is E prime. Okay, now we need F, so it's going to be up here somewhere. F is -6, +3. 1, 2, 3. So that's F prime. See how I'm labeling these after every time I make a dot? Please do that. G, -3, 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that is G prime. And H H is -3, +6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and that is H prime. And now I am done. Now you can connect your dots and it should look like our same shape. So let's make there. There we go. So you know you did it right if your shape looks exactly like the shape you made, like the shape that was already there. And it looks like I do have the same shape. I got both corners. I got these big corners, these little baby corners. It just looks like it got bigger. And remember, you can also check by checking to make sure all your dots are lined up with the origin. So you can draw a line from the origin straight out and you should get all these dots should be in line with each other. So you don't have to draw, you don't have to highlight these. You can use a paper or a ruler. But this is just, I can't show you with a ruler on my computer, so I have to highlight them. So all my dots are in line with each other with the origin, and my shape looks exactly the same, it's just bigger. All right, there's your example, a very long example. Now finish off on Nearpod. You have smaller shapes to do, so only 4 points, like I told you, 3 points, 3 points, 4 points. See, not bad. Your homework will not have this either. This was just a very long example. Hopefully you got some good practice. Let me know if you have any questions.